Okay, so when Ram started his life in the jungles. Okay, and there, of course, like everybody knows, Sita was taken away, and he went on to find Hanuman and the whole Banar Sena, the whole army, and went on to build his war. So, what happened during all this? Why is this so important for us as a book or for us, and why is Ram's character so important? So what I could not understand is how come it is important to me today in today's life. What I tell to my children, why was Ram a god and how was it, they will say, "Poof, he did everything what we stand against for." Okay, if I am thrown out from my father's house, from my father's business, I will go and find the best lawyers in town to get back what is mine. Okay, what is actually mine, what is my inheritance. Yes, and um, if my wife, I ask my wife to leave me, she's not just going to say okay thank you and I'm going to leave. She is going to find the best lawyer in town. Okay, and make sure I am the one who has to leave. No. So what how do I integrate Ram in today's life? How do I integrate, how is it so important? Now those days, those people, when they must have written Ramayan, and of course they were super intelligent beings, so there is nothing wrong. And once, this I was told by my wife Manisha, they say, she used to tell me, they say whenever you have your life's biggest questions come in front of you, people say you must turn to Ramayana and you'll find the answers. No, and this goes on for Mahabharata also, Gita also, all are religious books. So I started looking deeper into it, and this is what I would like to share with you. So Ram, in his own journey, he taught us a lot of things. Okay, the first part, what Ram taught us is that no matter what, whatever you learn in life is always useful to you. Okay, because remember, as a young age, as a young student, his father told him, go out, fight these demons which are troubling the rishis. So there is where uh, his learning for using the bow and arrow and things like that, they started. Okay, what is the biggest thing that Ram did? Now Ram, what he did was, Ram created the biggest villain in his life. Please understand this. If there would have been no villain or no such opponent as Ravan, Ram would not have been praised and been so successful. Okay, Ram became Ram, and Ram became, till today he is the hero, is only because he chose a greater villain. The demon what he fought with was so big, so huge. He was undefeatable. Nobody could defeat him. Nobody could imagine defeating him. Okay, and so from there he became so successful and so famous that till today we know Ram and we know Ramayana and everything. Okay, so number one, whatever he learned in his life, it all came in handy to him. Second was, his demon was most unbeatable, and that is what made him famous. And the third thing what I noticed about Ramayana is that help comes in any way. Okay, once you start your journey and once you want to defeat that demon, so help comes in wonderful ways, fantastic ways, whether it is in the way of Shabari, who helps you cross that river, or whether it's in the form of that Vanar Sena, who help you win the war. But once you start your journey, help comes in every way, in every form. It is we who should be number one, open to receiving it, and number one, recognize that this is the help. Okay, so we will get all the help. But number one, we need to recognize that this is the help. And number two, the most important one is I have to be open to receiving help. Okay. Now, there is one more very interesting thing. When Sita was abducted by Ravan, Ram also had his in-laws who were very powerful kings of Nepal and all this area. But he never looked back and he never went back, or he didn't even say, okay, Sita is also the daughter-in-law or belongs to my kingdom. So let me at least here, let me ask my father to send his army to help me get her back. No, he never did that. Neither he went to his in-laws' house, who were also kings. Okay, your daughter is in trouble. Let's do it. Let's go and find her out. What he did is he started going further and further in the direction to start looking for his wife. Yeah. Now, what does that teach us in today's journey? That I should not look back in my past, what I have lost, what I have gained, or what I have collected, what I've made. My only thing which will help me in my future journey is all the knowledge I have gained. Okay, whatever knowledge I have gained in the past is going to help me conquer the demons in my future. Whatever knowledge I have gained in my past, whatever experiences, okay, whatever demons I've killed in my past are going to help me in my future, creating success for myself in the future. Okay, so this is the journey of every one of us in today's date. Whether we are a man or a woman, there is a Ram residing inside all of us. There is the spirit of success, spirit of winning, spirit of Ram, you can call it, which resides in all of us, which tells us no matter how hard the situation is, if I decide to conquer it, I can conquer it. No matter how impossible it will be for me to cross from India to Sri Lanka, the whole of Indian Ocean, okay, I can find the stones which I can make float. I can find the stones which I can make float, and I can cross that ocean. Okay, with an army of monkeys, animals, they also can help me win my war. And I will be the biggest winner when I will conquer my biggest villain. So when there is the biggest problem in my life which comes and stands in front of me, and I think that this is the biggest ever problem I am facing, it has got 10 heads, it is thinking 10 times faster than me, it has got all the help of this problem has got all the help of the other associates who are the brothers, the son, Kumbhakaran, like big warrior. No, so he has got, or he or she has got, this problem has got all the associates who are so powerful. How will I win it? How am I going to conquer it? Okay, so I have to use all what I have learned in the past is going to help me now to win this war. I have to be open to receiving all the help from all the corners. Help will come to me in any form and any which way it can. I just have to be open to receiving it. And I have to never look back. I have to never look back. I have to just keep on going further and further. That is why when Sita was abducted, he never ran back to Ayodhya or he never ran back to his in-laws' house. He just went on, kept on going. He says, let's go start going further. Let's go start going further. Okay. And one more very important part. We will always have our guide standing next to us in the toughest of our times. In Ram's case, it was Lakshman. So we are always there with somebody standing next to us in a guide form, which is a spiritual form, or in a physical form, who will help us in our journey. Okay, so always remember that no matter what, we are not alone. We are always, our guides are always besides us in either physical form, like in Ram's case, or in the spiritual form, with all of us our cases. Like in my previous chat, when we were talking about spiritual contracts, I had mentioned that each one of us, each soul is born with two guides minimum. Okay, which can help us, help our soul carry on its journey further. So this is what Ram's journey was about. Never went back, never took, Ram never took two steps back behind in his journey. He did not look back for help. He said, this is the problem which has come out now in my life. So I will start facing, or I will start moving towards the solution. Okay, because remember, every problem in my life comes with a solution. Okay, every problem, no matter how big it is, no matter how undefeatable it is, it always comes with its own solution. So this was all Ram's journey. Ram started walking ahead. He says, let me walk ahead. I have no army, no problem. I will get the army. Will the monkeys help me win the war? Yes, they will help me win the war. How will I cross the river? Shabri came and gave him the boat, made him do the passage. How will I get information? Where is she gone? That flying bird came and gave him the information. Now we are so supposedly so advanced because I do not have to decipher if there is a problem. I do not have to look at birds. I do not have to go and create an army physically. Okay, but I get all the information. I get all the science. In today's world also, we get the information, we get the science. The only thing is we have to put it in practice. What is the positive side of the story? Just be open to receiving help. When you are open to receiving help, help will come in the most fantastic of ways, from someone or somewhere which you will say, oh, I never knew that this person could help me ever, or this is he would be happy to help me ever. And you do get that kind of an help. Okay. And there was one more very important part. When Ram and his army came at the end of the India point where they could see the ocean and they had to cross over to Sri Lanka, and they did not have a way out, what did Ram do? Ram sat and prayed. He sat and prayed to whom? He sat and prayed to Shiva. Now, what does that signify? Ram sat and prayed to Shiva, he meditated. What does that signify in my life? Okay. That whenever I see that there is a huge problem which is as gigantic as an ocean, and it is impossible for me to even dream that I can cross that ocean. Okay. And with all the help I have reached here, and this looks like a dead end to me now. Okay, this seems like, okay, yes, I can sort out the problem, but I have to reach there. You know, a lot of times you have, oh my God, if I just had those 1,000 rupees now, I could have sorted this problem out. And this is a dead end for me. This is a dead end for me. I cannot solve it because I do not have the material for a bridge. I do not have the know-how to make a bridge. I do not have the material for a bridge. So when I have reached that point, when I'm sitting like Ram and seeing that there is a huge ocean in front of me, the whole army is looking at me. My whole loved and dear ones are looking at me. What do I do? What did Ram do? Ram went inside for the answer. That is why he meditated. Ram said, let me meditate, let me connect to my higher self. Who's the higher self? Shiva. In his case, the higher self, Shiva. In our case, also, higher self can be Shiva. So he went inside, he connected to his higher self to know what can I do? How will I cross this now? And there is where he got the answers, that these are the floating stones. These are the two people who know in your army, the floating stone. You need to recognize the talent of your help. You need to recognize the talent of your help. Maybe the talent, or maybe the person who's going to help you, or who's there to help me, you may not look so smart and may not look so intelligent, but never doubt your help's power and capabilities. Never ever doubt the power and the capabilities of the person who's extending a helping hand towards you. Okay. So not only Ram is a good God and very good God and Maryada Purushottam and everything, Ram is in today's date the God of possibilities. Okay. He only looked at one thing, what else is possible, and he started doing that all the time. Okay. He said, I don't have an army, no problem. I'll create one. What else is possible? How can I do this? So he's the biggest guide or the biggest teacher which we can find in today's, biggest speaker. If he would have been there, his TED talks and his things would be full, because there is no other one like him. People would say, but how can you just walk out? You had such a beautiful kingdom and everything. And you know what is the biggest thing? He had that belief system. That belief system could only come when somebody's father is an enlightened being like Dashrath. Okay. And he has the confidence on his son. He brought up the son with that belief system that no matter what happens, you will make it. You will be what you have to be. No matter if it is 14 years, no matter if it is 40 years, I know what you are, you will be tomorrow. Okay. Another very thing, important thing which he had in his belief system. So another very important thing which he had in his belief system was that he was not at all scared of going and enjoying the life's adventure. Okay, this was one thing which when Dashrath told Ram, go help these rishis, fight those demons. Okay, the enlightened father knew what he's preparing his son for. The enlightened father already knew what he is preparing his son for. So when he was asked to leave the house with Sita, to leave the palace with Sita, he said, yes, I'm already prepared for it. I will not have any problems. And whatever the art of warfares he had learned during those times, they all helped him in his war. Now there is a very, very big thing which is very deeply hidden into our Ramayana, and I think so every child and every parent who wants their children to be as successful as Bill Gates or Steve Jobs or people like this should know and should embed not only into themselves but into our future generations as well. As if we see in the whole of the story Ramayana, there is a very big underlining, and that underlining is working towards humanity, helping the humanity. Now remember, I just now said Dashrath, being an enlightened father, told his son, go and help these rishis who are being troubled with demons. You have learned the art of warfare, go and help them, kill those people, no? Kill those demons or whatever. Correct? So what was he trying to do there? He was trying to work towards humanity. Rishis and everybody in those days were our today's scientists and philosophers. Okay, and he said, let them do their job. You help, because this is going to help the humanity in thousands and millions of years to come. What they are doing now is going to help our humanity in millions of years to come also. All the practices, the research and everything what these guys are doing is always going to help us. So please go and help humanity. Okay. And the other thing, just before going into war with Ravan, we have a very good episode where he sends Hanuman to see how is Sita, and Hanuman comes with the news that yes, she's there in that garden. She's waiting for you. And he also says, but I saw that there is a lot of suffering going on there in Ravan's kingdom. People are being mistreated. People are not happy. People are going through a lot of suffering. And that is the point when Ram decides that yes, I just don't have to do it for Sita, but I have to do this for the whole humanity. I have to end this. Okay. So whenever you or anybody or your children, as businessmen, as citizens, or as future thinkers and philosophers for us, think big for the humanity. Okay, big things will happen, big changes will happen. Same thing like Bill Gates, he said, I just don't want the computers to be the thing of the rich people. I want it to be in every home. I want it to be like this. Boom. Today's generation, one of Ram's forms. Steve Jobs, today's generation, one of Ram's forms. They just thought about how to connect everyone. Okay, so when you see, whenever we see the bigger picture, whenever we work for the good of the humanity, miraculous things happen. Even if you are the smallest of businessmen, even if you think that no, these 10 of my workers are the human beings I can serve in some form or other, you will see your business will boom 10 times more. Ram and Ramayana is one thing which can be fixed and taken example of for every situation in your life, for any and every situation of your life. But you need to understand it, not read it, not view it, not, but understand what is it. What is the character of Ram? So every time we have the smallest of the doubts in us, we have the smallest of the doubts in our capabilities, is when we should look at this great Lord Ram. Whenever you have the smallest of the doubts in your capabilities, look at the Vanar Sena. If they could create miracles, if they could help win a war, so can I. Okay? And be like Ram, be always open to receiving help miraculously from every corner, everyone. And in whatever form or whatever phase that help comes to us, never ever doubt that. Never ever have a single moment of doubt that maybe this person or this uh, person or this kind of an help, how it is going to bring me out of my problems. Okay, be the Dashrath, the enlightened one for your children. Okay, let them know of their responsibilities, their paths, and everything. And never try to lead their lives. Do you thought or imagined that okay, when Sita was kidnapped, did Dashrath, being such a great ruler, let's not talk about his being enlightened, let's just talk about him being a great ruler, don't we think that he could have got the news that okay, yes, my daughter-in-law has been abducted and maybe my son needs help and I will go and help him? Okay, now he did not do that. Do we know why? Because he had 100% confidence on his upbringing, how he had brought up his son. He had 100% confidence that my son can do it. Number one. Okay. Number two, he did not want it to interfere or take over his son's life. His son has come here to experience some things. And he said, with whatever I have taught him, okay, everything good will happen to him. Imagine if Dashrath would have said, okay, okay, let me send in my army. Let's get Sita home. Come on. I know these people. I know these people. I know these people there. Let me make a few calls and sort it out for him. Would would there be a Ram ever? Would there ever be a Ram if Dashrath would have made those few phone calls Okay, got in touch with a few gods and told Ravan, okay, come on, give me my Sita back, give my son, the daughter-in-law back, and let's go home. Everybody's happy. No, he had the capabilities of doing that. He was a great king, but he did not do it. Why? Because he did not wanted to interfere in his son's experiences, what he had come for, what he had come here to become, the big Ram. He said, yes, this is his journey, let him do it. I have confidence, whatever I could teach, whatever I could give to my son, I have 100% confidence on him that he is going to do it. He will do it. He will be that successful guy was I have trained him to be. Otherwise, how will he become the great king? How will he become the great Ram? There is another very beautiful incident, and I had not known about it since a long time. You know, actually, Ravan was supposed to be the strongest of the contenders for Sita's Swayamvar, and they had given him a false news that Lanka is burning, so he had to leave. Okay, he had to leave, and there is where Ram won the Swayamvar and married Sita. Okay, now what does this incident tell us? What does this incident tell us about us? Okay, two things, very fantastic two things, which we have discussed in my previous talk about the soul contracts we were talking about. So Sita and Ram had both written their soul contracts, and Sita had written. See, imagine if Sita would have married to Ravan, nothing of this sort would have happened. No, she would have won the Ravan would have officially won the Swayamvar, and he was a strong and good and handsome king, the king of Sri Lanka. He would have, who had a whole city of gold. She would have said, yes, let's go, we'll live happily ever after. No, but that did not happen. Okay, because before coming down, the soul had written that contract, the gods had written their contracts that this is going to happen. And this is when Ravan heard about this, that oh, it is that Sita. He said, yes, now this definitely I should abduct her. I should definitely abduct her, because that time these guys cheated me, so I'm even more, what we call, even more pissed about the whole situation. Okay, so he said, okay, yeah, now let me abduct her and let me get back to them, all of them. Okay, so from here, basically, the whole thing started. The whole game plan started. And yes, of course, Ram had written that I am the man who will win the biggest of the enemy. So in our life, in my life, now when I wrote the topic Ram and I did not mean Ram and I mean Ram and I is all of you. Okay, so in my life, before coming, I have written in my contract that I would be having a Ravan. I would be getting into that situation. And everyone looking at it would say, oh my God, this is 10 times your power this person has got, or 10 times your power this problem has got. Okay, but I will find help. Okay. The only thing is, I don't have to look back. I don't have to say, oh, if I would have told my dad, don't do this, if I wouldn't have gone there, then this thing would not have happened, that thing would not have happened. No. Now, this is my journey. I take the responsibility. I start walking in front. I start walking in the direction of my problem, and help will come on its way. my guides in different forms are going to tell me which way to go and what to do. And on the way, I will be helping others and they will help me 10 times more. Help will come in any and every form it can. Okay. And when I reach that point where I am definitely stuck, it is a dead end. I cannot see beyond this. This is, I have tried so much, I have walked so much, I am so tired that I do not have any strength to even swim 10 meters. And this is miles and miles of ocean in front of me. I need to just gather myself, sit calmly, get inside of me, go inside of me. And there, when I go inside of me, the bigger me, the infinite me will help me and guide me cross that, will help me and guide me cross that ocean with miracle stones which will float on water, with miracle stones which will float on water, make me reach my destination, kill my problem, and I can come back as a winner. Okay, I can come back as a winner. Okay, then I will be called a Ram. Then my being here can be celebrated. Then my life is worth it. Then my whole composition of coming and taking this birth as a human being is fulfilled. I would have enjoyed everything. I would have enjoyed everything in my life. So let us always in our life try to be and look for that Ram within us. Be that guy. Whether I'm a man or a woman, it does not matter. Okay? Whether it's a man or a woman, it does not matter. What matter is the solution we have seen in his life, the strength he looked in his life. Okay? This is what a Ram's journey is about. This is when I will be celebrated. This is when I can celebrate myself. I have come here. This is the journey. This is my problems. This is the Ravan I have to kill. And this is how I have to win everything in life. Now let us just close our eyes for a minute. I will not take too much time. Let us just close our eyes and bring all our concentration to our breath. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. And this time, when I will inhale more consciously. I will inhale from the bottom of my spine till the top of my head and exhale from my nose. One more time, I will inhale from the bottom of my spine right up to the center of my head, and exhale from the nose. Inhale from the bottom of my spine, right to the center of my head, and exhale from my nose. And I will be that Ram, and I will see how I am connected to my greater self. Shivaya Shiva. Shivaya Shiva. Shivaya Shiva. Shivaya Shiva. Slowly come back. Move your fingers. Rub your palms together. Touch your face at whenever you can. Please open your eyes. Thank you all. Thank you very much for listening to my side of the story. Uh, Next, we are going to do a chat on. I think so. A lot of people will like this topic about Ma. But Ma, in particular, long time back, I was okay. I'm going to do a chat about Kali, the avatar of Ma Kali. Okay, so hopefully next Friday we'll keep it. This time we'll send the brochures out a bit early so more people can enjoy and take part. Okay, thank you very much. Take care. God bless.
Thank you. Thank you
Thank you.
so much.
Thank you. Bye.